You're watching Fox 13 News at 9.
Mormons, gays, and millions of people caught in between, torn between their faith and their feelings for family members and feelings for themselves.
Tonight, Fox 13's Ben Winslow begins a special series of reports on gays, Mormons, and change.
The Mormon Church believes that marriage, essential to salvation, is between a man and a woman. Now, in the past, the church has preached that homosexuality is a sin. Gay rights activists believe people are born the way they are, and we should love them for who they are. It's a divide that some say has only gotten bigger since a general conference sermon by the second highest ranking member of the LDS Church. The issue of gays in the church has divided families with opinions all over the place.
Any persuasion to enter into any relationship that is not in harmony with the principles of the gospel must be wrong.
The church being surrounded by death and by the deaths of our children.
You want to look good in front of everyone else, and if you have a queer kid in your church community, that doesn't give you a good standpoint.
The controversial sermon by Elder Boyd K. Packer at October's LDS General Conference fueled the debate over gay rights and the LDS Church.
Some suppose that they were preset and cannot overcome what they feel are inborn tendencies toward the impure and the unnatural. Not so.
The church has been the subject of protest before in the aftermath of California's Proposition 8, which banned same-sex marriage. The church encouraged members to donate time and means to help its passage. Elder Packer's remarks come at a time when suicides among gay youth are making national headlines. It also drew a national backlash.
They have the right to their religious views and to speak out on those views, but we have an obligation and a right to offer an alternative point of view, one that is based in science.
Delivering thousands of letters, the national gay rights group, the Human Rights Campaign, called on Elder Packer to recant his remarks. The LDS Church didn't, but in a rare public statement in front of the cameras, a church spokesman urged members to speak out against bullying and being unkind toward gays and lesbians.
Each Latter-day Saint family and individual should carefully consider whether their attitudes and actions towards others properly reflect Jesus Christ's second great commandment, to love one another.
But divisions remain.
This is not about fighting for your rights.
Oh, yes, it is.
No.
The speech did a tremendous amount of damage. The many small good things the church has done over the last couple of years, this set the clock back.
David Melson runs a support group for gay and lesbian Mormons.
You can find wards in this church that are open and affirming, where gay and lesbian men and women hold church callings. You can go to the next ward over where you can be excommunicated simply for being gay.
Now, coming up later in the newscast, meet some of those affected by the divide. We've also got a lot more information on our website, fox13now.com. In the newsroom, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
When it comes to the issue of gay rights and religion, there is a huge chasm of opinions. It has been in the news a lot lately in Utah, where the LDS Church is headquartered.
But for all the activism on either side, there are thousands who live in a gray area. Fox 13's Ben Winslow has more in our special series on gays, Mormons, and change.
For some members of the church who also happen to be gay, they feel like there's a choice to be made: faith or feelings.
Here and there, I feel like I'm forced to make a choice. So on the Prop 8, I made my choice to stand ground and be proud of who I am. In regards to this last rally, I'm standing as a Mormon and as a member of the church.
Zach Hansen describes himself as both gay and a member of the Mormon faith.
You're a disappointment to the gay community, or you're a disappointment as being a Mormon.
Hansen disagrees with the protests at Temple Square, but he admits being conflicted over Elder Packer's remarks.
Nothing but I can do is support him and follow what advice he would like the members to do.
And what do you interpret that advice to be?
Unfortunately, pretty much just, being myself, but not admitting to it, I guess you could say, is the best way to say it. So, lie to myself, I guess, is the best way to say it. Don't admit that I'm gay.
The LDS Church teaches that sex outside marriage is a sin. It also defines marriage as only between a man and a woman.
However, that should never, ever be used as justification for unkindness. Jesus Christ, whom we follow, was clear in his condemnation of sexual immorality, but never cruel.
In the past, the church has preached that homosexuality is a sin. But in a statement from the church in 2006, Elder Dallin Oaks and Elder Lance Wickman noted that the church doesn't necessarily take a position on whether one is born gay, whether nature or nurture, those are things the church doesn't have a position on. Elder Wickman added, why somebody has a same-gender attraction, who can say? But what matters is the fact that we know we can control how we behave, and it is behavior which is important.
An individual who has feelings toward a person of their own sex or their own gender can manage those feelings and live the standards of the church.
The group Evergreen International isn't affiliated with the LDS Church, but espouses its teachings. According to their mission statement, it thinks people can overcome homosexual behavior and diminish same-sex attraction. Evergreen's director says people can manage their feelings and live the standards of the church.
How they work that out in their life varies dramatically from person to person. One person may simply manage those feelings, may choose to live a celibate life. Other people find the diminishment of those attractions dramatic, and many times will actually have some heterosexual feelings start to arise, and they may marry, they may have children.
Others, like the American Psychological Association, say there's nothing to change and has been critical of efforts to change sexual orientation. Lee Beckstead is a therapist who's done academic studies on reparative therapies. He says there are some short-term benefits, but long-term effects have yet to be determined.
The studies that say that one can change their sexual orientation, they're flawed in so many ways. So banking on that is, it will have long-term consequences.
Hansen says he's coming to terms with his faith.
I believe the church does a lot of good things, but at the same time, it's like any religion. They also do things that we don't agree with. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud that I'm gay, but I'm also proud that I'm a Mormon.
Coming up tomorrow night, faith and culture, suicide and homelessness, the problems our community is facing when it comes to gay and lesbian youth. We've also got a lot more on this issue on our website, fox13now.com. In the newsroom, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
We asked what you think about the issue, and you answered.
On Facebook, Justin Hatch says, why is the LDS Church the only church getting the negative publicity on this issue? The Pope has spoken out on this, and other religions also are against this. And Shalene Christensen says, Mormons, as all religions, should leave judgments of others to the Almighty and stop judging mankind here on earth.
Janessa Corey says, I'm LDS and I love my gay and lesbian friends, family with all my heart. It is not an individual's place to judge. And Cameron Jennifer Bentley says, I keep hearing so much judgment from so many about being gay. You can't overcome it. You can overcome addiction, obesity, anger issues, but to say that one could overcome being gay makes it sound wrong.
We look forward to your comments again tomorrow and Wednesday after those installments of Gays, Mormons, and Change.